Coppa. What is that? Now, before I may give my thoughts, explanation on Coppa, I actually done this before, and I guess it was kind of like a face reveal since it is barely close to when next year happens, and then the new law will happen, and I guess the end of YouTube, you could say. But I think I got myself some explanations that I would like to say before I have myself some explanations, like so that you all won't fear, or you could still fear, but I do have a solution for that as well. So, my friends that were recording with me in the video, forgive me. This is kind of more chill and relaxed. Welcome to a new playlist or series called My Thoughts. So, Kappa, when did it happen? When was it made? They actually made a law about it back in 1998, or at least the day that the internet was born, like somewhere in the 1980, 89, or somewhere like in the between the late 80s and possible early 90s. they actually made the internet happen, and the government saw that they want children to be safe, so they won't be, like giving away like their information accounts, so that they won't get stolen by a pedophile or some crap like that. And it's actually good because children can at least know their rights and wrongs. And then it actually ended a few years later. Now back then to 2005, maybe 6, children went onto YouTube and they were enjoying themselves, like enjoying some content that they watch from YouTubers they see. And it's actually good that children will actually do this type of stuff, It's actually a way to at least give them more of a thought or an idea on maybe what they want to become, or maybe just like their videos. Some of that can be inappropriate, and yeah, that could cause a children's mind to go. But at the same time, if a child's smart enough to know what's right and wrong, they can just exit out and then try to go on to another video that seems a little bit more child friendly, even if the person cusses. They might know what's right and wrong. Now back to today, this year, where I joined YouTube, and then I realized that I came in late to the party to when Coppa is about to soon happen, maybe. Now, I'll explain why I said maybe later, but let's talk about this first. So, first things first. Why am I talking about this? To at least explain more, since I'm a kid and I had researched a few things. I actually know a bit of a knowledge of it, but I have to look it up again so I can see if I'm saying it right. Don't worry, I'll show you guys as well. So, why did Coppa do this? Well, because they saw like a growth on how much children and 13-year-olds or higher subscribe to those that are not mature enough to watch some of the content, scary games or gory games like Call of Duty or Five Nights at Freddy's, or maybe maybe Resident Evil or something like that. I guess they saw it apparently, and yet now you may be thinking that, why did YouTube deserve this? Again, I said that, but yet I actually looked it up, and as you could see right here, they actually had some sort of case about it. So apparently, right here, if I could show it correctly, Google and its letter and subsidiary YouTube will pay a record of $170 million to settle a legislation by the Federal Trade Commission and the New York Authority General that YouTube video sharing service legally connected personal information and children without their parents' consent. Apparently YouTube and Google done something poorly. Maybe all the times that they try to do something good or poorly, demonetization. Thankfully it's gone. Oh no. more wrong things that are happening. Oh no! YouTube fucked up. That's all I gotta say. YouTube actually screwed up and broke some of the laws, and hey, I mean that's what made it themselves. That's how they made YouTube them, and I say that's like in between. Like it makes YouTube more of an open free space, so that way people like kids can nowadays look at things, and kids nowadays actually like to play gun shooter games. I mean, I even remember a 4-year-old play Fortnite, and he was actually mad. Yeah, even if it's a child-friendly game, it's still teen. It's not showing blood anyway, so what am I to say? Point is, like, more or less what I'm trying to say is that nowadays kids actually watch some stuff that are happening now. Call of Duty and all that. Or they're just voice changers, or a girl that actually sounds like a little kid. Sorry. But yeah, YouTube actually broke a few laws. They made a few oopsies like the other times they done it, like demonetization. And yeah, I'm happy that demonetization's gone, but yeah, at the same time, they should at least keep it to those that are for clickbait users, or those that actually are bad to lure, that can accidentally lure kids, even though they're actually luring other people. You know, like at least keep it on those, and not other ones like popular ones, like maybe like Markiplier or Dawko, or maybe myself, or maybe my friends. You know. So yeah, YouTube actually made a lot of dumb mistakes. Now I will leave a link to those websites so you can see for yourselves about the FTC. But there's as well another one that I'll send to you about the FTC and Coppa. Now, there are some ups and there are some downs. For those that actually sign up for not for kids, they're actually that actually will still get a fine. But if you could go ahead and look at what are the possible penalties for violating Coppa, it actually says it's up to $42,000 per violation. But the operator paid for total civil penalty is $35,000. So yeah, it's if you see right here, it actually says up to, meaning that there's actually a possibility that you may get yourself somewhere lower than $42,530 of violations. It's up to either maybe it's by the video, or maybe you're just not a higher up and Adam YouTuber like PewDiePie or Jake Paul or Dan TDM. It's only aiming those that are like higher subscriber counts, like maybe below the 15 million or 10 million mark, maybe. Who knows what they're trying to aim for? Maybe, like, again, they may be aiming for the higher up channels like PewDiePie, but we're not for sure yet. But that's what I heard. Now, isn't the FTC taking another look at the Coppa rule? I mean, I will leave a link to there, but you can ask about comments on there about it. But you have to be civil, so you can't say, this is bullshit, I want it, yeah. You can't do that, dude. Like, do you really want to get yourself a violation fine for actually cussing out at them? You can't do that. You have to think on what is wrong and be civil. Now for those that are thinking for like maybe gaming channels or anime channels, like maybe if you're an animator and you're joining YouTube right now, or maybe before, and then you heard about this, and then you heard about the cover-up. Don't worry. Now, it says here, right there where it says second. Now, just because your video is bright colors or animated characters doesn't mean you're automatically covered by Coppa. While many shows are directed to kids, the FTC recognizes there can be animated programming that appeals to everyone. What that's saying is that you animated people are safe. You're free from Coppa. You don't have to pay a fine, maybe, but it's leading towards everyone as long as if you keep it at least keep it in between a family friendly and your own way. Watch Jada Animations or something else YT. That's all I could say because they're actually pretty good examples of what I mean. So I actually had to try research it, and I guess I was too blind and stupid to see this. So it says, to be clear, your content isn't considered directed to children just because some children may see it. However, if your intended audience is under 13, you're covered by Coppa and have to honor the rules and requirements. Let me repeat that. To be clear, your content isn't considered directed to children just because some children may see it. Now, by this little sentence right there, it's saying that us gaming channel people are in the good. Let's say a child, maybe around 12, maybe sees this content. It will still not count as if it's not directed to children. Like you're not gonna get fined, or you're not gonna get covered by Coppa. That means you're good. All I'm saying is that gaming channels like me, or maybe some of you who are my friends, you're in the clear in some way because you actually made it for... What I'm saying about gaming channels is that you're actually in the clear and you're gonna be okay. As long as if you try to make it directed to some audience, then you're good. But if you lure in one child in, it will still not count as if it's directed to children. But if you do make it that is directed to children, then you're covered by Coppa. So final thoughts. All I have to say is just wish for the best that the FTC will look at our comments, or YouTube can at least try to fight to fix what they've done, or at least get the FTC changing a few laws so that way all of us won't have to fear. And if we keep fearing, what else to do? There is still a way that you could change that. Again, leave a comment, or I'll even leave a petition so that way you and me, I tried, but I'm poor, but I'll leave a petition in the description to at least let you sign the petition, so that way the FTC and Coppa, so the FTC will cancel the Coppa law and we're good. We're at least close to 1 million, and that's actually pretty good. We just have to spread the word so that way Coppa won't happen. But in my opinion, or in thoughts, I would say YouTube, you need to fix what you've done. You need to at least sponsor ads to YouTube Kids, or make a website that is for kids under the age of 13, so that way this won't happen again. Or just sponsor the ad again. And the government, if you're seeing this, I tried to explain, and my explaining is bad, and there are a few people that are out there that's pretty good at explaining. And all I have to say is that you're ruining some content creators' dreams, fame, and hope. You're actually ruining their hopes and dreams if you make this law happen. So maybe try to change the law or tweak it somehow so that way content creators can be happy, or at least a little bit happy about what they're doing, than just sad and scared. You have to like at least tweak the law a little, or maybe a lot, so that way content creators won't give up their dreams. Because if you let this happen, you're crushing their dreams and hopes. Think about it, government and YouTube. Think about what you've done. Signing off.